I just wanted to apologize, guys. I have like this dark area across the top of my entire video. It's because I had my iPad in a holder and I didn't realize it until I got ready to upload it. And I went, what is that color across the top? And I adjusted the holder a little bit and it went away. So my whole video has just like a little of a shadow across the top of it. So I apologize for that. Hopefully it's not too distracting. Thanks, guys, for understanding. Hi, my Flosstube friends. This is Diane, and I'm the Be a Blessing Stitcher. Welcome to my channel, everybody. For everyone that's returning, thank you guys so much for sticking with me time after time. And for anybody new that has landed here, I'm so glad you stopped by for a visit. Welcome to my home. As you can see, this is where I live. I video in front of, on my main floor. It's got the best lighting in front of my fireplace. So welcome to my home. I hope you guys can all grab something to drink and grab your stitching and that we can just visit and chat for a little bit. I'm hoping this one will be a little shorter than normal. To be honest, I feel a little disorganized for this one, so I might stop and start a few times just to kind of gather my thoughts back together. So I think I could start with a life update, but you all don't want to know. It's been a month. They say things come in threes. I think mine are coming in nines right now. It's been bad, so we won't go into all that. But I thought I would just jump in with a couple of things that I have gotten finished, and I just now realized I left one up on my table, so I'll have to stop and grab that a minute. But the very first thing that I finished, and I don't think I showed it, I was working on it last time, but it was my hands-on design. This is my July year 2 celebration. And there are 12 designs in this, for one for every month. And those go into my calendar box. This is by Paisley and Polka Dots. There we go. And I just simply, as you can see, I've got August in there right now with a matching bow, but I can just pop them out and pop them in with a little magnet. So I've really been enjoying this year. I only have about 5 of them done. I keep working on them, but I've got several more stitched. I just don't love finishing them. But every month that I have one done, I try to force myself to get her finished so that I can enjoy it. And right now, my count is up to, let me put that back. I have April. I'll just quick show them to you. I have April done, and May, and June, and I know you guys have seen these all recently, and now July. And as you saw, I just popped my August one in and out. I have September stitched, but I need to finish it, so hopefully on my next video. I didn't quite make a month, you guys. It's more like 6 weeks, but it is what it is. I don't know why, but I've just had a lot of anxiety over videotaping this one for some reason, and I'm not sure quite why. But anyway, I'm getting her done today. So anyway, so I got that one finished. That was one of my big FFOs. The other one is Remember Me by Teresa Kogut. I showed you my finish last time, and I even showed you the frame that I was working on to put it in, but I now have it done. Ooh, back again and in a frame. And I have this hanging up in my main room, so I get to enjoy this one regularly, and I just love, 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 love it. So excited to have that one finished and on display. And then I've got one more I want to show you, but of course I left it on the table, so hang on. Okay, the last thing I have is a FO, a finished one, but not FFO'd, and that is my Patriotic Tiny Town. I think I mentioned to you guys that I wanted to stitch this the last time. And I've stitched a lot over the last 6 weeks on samplers and on bigger projects. I just needed a little something to take the monotony kind of out of not really seeing any progress. And I'm hoping eventually to finish that onto this B-scap, which you can see I put like a little bit of rickrack trim around it, and then I just attach it with buttons together. And there's like one of those little clear rubber bands that goes around those to hold it together. So my hope is to get it done like that. And then I had to ask you guys your opinion. I bought some rickrack from Fat Quarter Shop and wanted to know what you think of this color. Is this good? Is this too vintage? Does it work with my color scheme on here? That is the rickrack I'm thinking about doing. And I'm just wondering what your opinion is. The blue in here, for the most part, is darker, but there is some lighter in there too. So I'm kind of thinking it will work. But I haven't put it back together yet because I'm not quite sure what I want to do. So I would love for you guys to tell me, just tell me what to do. Sometimes, you know what, that's half the battle, I think, is trying to make a decision. At least for me it is. Okay, let me put that back together. There we go. Okay, and then that's all I got done. Feels like I should have more, but that's what I got done. So then I think what we'll do is jump into my whips, and I'll show you what I've been working on. The Patriotic Tiny Town, of course, was one. That was a start and finish. I think I had one other new start, and maybe we should just start with that one. I've got this new system for organizing my whips. I keep them on the scroll rods, and then I put like a tie around here with the name of whatever it is, and then I can store all of my projects upright so they don't get wrinkled. They're not in the project bags. I do keep the floss and the pattern and stuff in the project bags, but this has worked well for me to be able to find them. So the first one I think I want to show you is, I can reach it. Okay, there we go. It's one I started with my friend Beth, the Red Cross Stitcher, and we started it together on, and now I'm not seeing my pattern, on the 4th of July, but both for our birthdays. We kind of wanted to do it for our birthday starts. And I don't know if I stuck that one in here. You know what, I will throw up a picture on here of the finish. It's Let Freedom Ring by Leela's Studios, and it's really quite a really big project. I always seem to be drawn to the really big ones for some reason. We talked about trying to get it done before next year, before the semi-quincentennial, I think that's how you say it. And we would have had to have done 1.5 pages every month. And while that was doable, we would have had to kind of neglect almost everything else and become almost monogamous stitchers to do that. So we decided not to. So we're just gonna work on it at our own pace. So definitely not a stitch along. A start along. I think there is somebody that's doing this actually as a start along. And so this is what I have done. And I'm doing this on Weeks Linen is the color. Weeks fabric, but it's called linen. That's the color. And I think I talked to you last time about how thin this was. I was kind of nervous about being able to see through it, so you see my hand. It's quite thin, but I think if I put something behind it when I finish it up, it'll be fine. So it's really turning out quite lovely. I do quite like it. So, okay, that's my Let Freedom Ring. And bear with me while I roll these back up and put them back together again, the way I've been storing them, guys. This might take me an extra minute or two as we're doing this. And I don't know which case I have that one in now that I think about it. I thought I had put all of my bags out here, but apparently I missed that one. Okay. One more. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, then the next one I think I'm going to show you is Jessie Challenor. That's a Hands Across the Sea pattern. I am keeping that one in my bag that I got from Welcome Stitchery Retreat, and I still forgot to look up her name. It's Deb. Deb somebody is the one who makes retreat bags for Justine over there. I wonder if I have her card in here, because that would be amazing, right? And so unlike me to be that organized. No, it's not in here. But I think she said this was made from a feed sack and it's pink. So how could I not absolutely love that? Love it, love it. Okay, so this is the pattern. You guys have probably seen this quite a bit too. It's done in either a bright or a faded colorway. I chose to do this one in the faded colorway. That's a little bit more my jam. And I decided to do it in DMCs. And so here are my colors, but this isn't completely accurate because I keep changing colors on things. I love this pattern. It's not symmetrical. And I think I'm kind of a symmetrical person. So they'll do like 2 berry baskets, but they're both done in different colorways. They'll do 2 crowns, but again, they're both done in different colorways. And struggling with that just a little bit. So I keep putting things in and taking it back out. And it's why I don't think I have a ton of progress, because I think I've spent a fair amount of time just trying to figure my colors out. And so this is the unveiling of Jessie. This is how far I am on Jessie. And I really am loving it. It's very pretty. I have changed the color of these flowers multiple times. I've stitched all of them multiple times. I've stitched the center of all of them multiple times. And I've changed one of the leaf colors in here because it was a really bright, like a blue, like a fuchsia, not a fuchsia. It's wrong color scheme. It was a aqua, kind of a bright aqua color. And to me, I wanted a softer look. I was going for something softer. So anyway, that's my progress on Jessie. And she has gotten quite a bit of attention from me. Like I said, I've put in and I've pulled out. And I've pulled in and pulled out. If anybody else is doing this and wants to know my colors so far, I can give them to you. But until I'm done completely, I won't guarantee that they won't change. Because, yeah, I think I love it, and I'll step away from it for a couple of days, and then I'll come back to it and I go, ew, what was I thinking? I don't like that at all. So then I pull it back out. And a couple of times I've pulled it back out and then gone, oh, why did you pull that out? So it's those middle flowers that are giving me the most grief. But I still love it, and I still want to get it done. But I've been working on it for about maybe a week, and I just put it away this morning. I'm like, let's just step away from it and think on it for a little while. Give yourself some breathing room. Then a brand new start for me is, unfortunately, it's an out of print pattern by Blackbird that I was fortunate enough to be able to borrow. And I'm so sorry, my picture, it's all a working copy, you guys. I didn't keep any of the original. So it's America the Beautiful. I love it, love it, love it. As a matter of fact, I was working on it while I was on vacation with my mom. My mom kind of went, oh, would you make that for me? And I agreed, having second thoughts, because I love it, love it. So this is my progress on America the Beautiful. And it's a little denser stitch than I expected it to be. There's white, that white is quite dense. The red, I've got 2 more red stripes to go. And a whole bunch more flowers down in here yet that have to be done. Isn't it pretty? It's just done in DMCs. And I've wanted to stitch it for a while. And I've had access to the pattern for a while, and I'm like, just get it done. Just pull that out and start it, because it had been calling to me. I've had the strangest month, you guys. It's kind of continuing on from last month, where I couldn't settle on what I wanted to stitch. And so some days it was so immobilizing, I didn't stitch. It's just like nothing was calling to me, or otherwise too many things were calling, and I couldn't make up my mind. It's been weird. In a really weird month. So I found that I just had to simply dive in and pick something and start working on it. And that seems to have worked the best, is to just start, just make a start. Then the last one that I worked on, this really is it, you guys. It's a short video. It's gonna be a short video. I worked on Serenity by Teresa Kogut. Sorry about the lighting, guys. It's kind of a funny, funky, gloomy day outside, but yet the sun is coming in to my windows. Weird. So this one's such a pretty pattern too, and I know it's been out for quite a while, but I got stalled out on this one, as I explained last time, because I didn't like how I was trying to stitch it. I was trying to stitch it on a Q-snap, and there's so much fabric on this one because it's big, and I just couldn't. I just realized I got a dangling thread on it. I couldn't get on board with the Q-snap. It just wasn't working. So I finally ordered some really large 30-inch scroll rods, and now I've been able to get a little bit of progress, and that's where I'm at so far on Serenity. And I've been enjoying this one too. I feel like I worked on Rejoice Evermore too, maybe just a little bit. If I did, I didn't get it written down in my book of days, because that's kind of what I used. So if I did, it wasn't much, and I'll just show it to you guys next time. Hopefully I'll get a little bit more done on it. Okay. And oh, I forgot to say what I'm stitching everything on. So Serenity is on Up in the Attic on a 40 count. That's 40 count Up in the Attic. That's the called for. And I'm using the called for DMC threads on that one. This does take a little bit of time to roll this all back up. America the Beautiful. Oof. I wonder if I wrote that down. Let's see if I can find it. Yes, Patriots Brew. America the Beautiful was on Patriots Brew. Maybe I'll just put these all back together in a little bit after the video is over, because that takes too long, just so I keep them together. So this is on Patriots Brew. Oops, off you go. No, Finley, leave that. Yeah, no, you want those tags, don't you? That's on Patriots Brew, again, 40 count. And this one, I told you this one was Weeks Linen. It's not, mine is not the Zweigart base. I do have some of that Zweigart base coming, because I don't think the Zweigart base is quite as thin. I think it's a little thicker. Okay. Jessie Challenor, I'm doing on Maple Bar by Cedar River Linen in 40 count. This is really a beautiful fabric too. I am so sorry I forgot to do this the first time around, guys. So that's Maple Bar. They all kind of look the same, don't they? I don't know why I ever buy colored fabric, because I always kind of go right back to the same. But this is a really pretty, it's got a really pretty caramel color that kind of runs through it here and there that I love. Okay, got all of those done. And then I think my last whip that I've actually been working on, I told you it's kind of pathetic. But I have also had just a very busy month. I was gone for a week on vacation. This one, I think I used a scrap. I honestly don't know, but I think it had to be 32 count in order to fit around my B-scap. I made a note of that. And then my last whip, I was actually working on it for a while this morning, is Christmas at Hawkrun Hollow. And I am not stitching the whole thing. I'm leaving off the bottom row, which is 3 squares. Here's the pattern. And so I'm not going to do those bottom 3. I'm only going to do through here so I can get the song in. I really love I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day. And that one has an extensive floss. It's all DMC, but it's an extensive list. Pretty extensive. And here's my progress. I'm on square 7. And this is pretty full coverage. This is snow that has to be stitched in between everything down here. I have to finish the barn. Then I think there's some words up here. I'm getting there. But this has been a beautiful and a fun stitch. And this one is on 40 count. I was fortunate enough to find some lakeside linen, and I don't think this color is available anymore, but it's called Vintage Wood Smoke. Oh, so pretty. It really, I can't even quite describe it. It doesn't have any purple to it. It's just got kind of a brownish taupe color maybe, but really no pink to it. It's pretty. That one's been just a joy. I really have enjoyed stitching on that. Okay, that's my whips, you guys. That's it. That feels like a failure. Okay, anyway, I'm going to pause and I'm going to switch out so that I can show you my plans next. Okay, I only really have 2 things that are in my immediate plans that I want to start. And the first one is a special that came off of the Facebook group, Needlework. I'm going to put that across here too because I can't quite remember it. There's a Facebook group that offers exclusives, like maybe once a month or once every 2 months, something like that. And this one was done by Hobby House, or by the Scarlet House. I'm trying to think who put it together, if there's any information in here for me. It's called A Grateful Heart, and the fabric that came with it is Hawthorn by Needle and Flax. And I don't really see the rest of it, but here is the pattern. And I absolutely loved the words on this one, except I think I'm going to change the bottom just a little bit. This row right here, it says, so the words are, each dawn brings a new day for us to do whatever we may. Choose to be happy with a grateful heart, for we have been given excuse me, a brand new start, and it's called A Grateful Heart. I would change it for that second line to say, each dawn brings a new day for us to trust God and obey. Figures, right, for me? So, gotta figure out how to chart that and put that in there. But I just loved the whole pattern. I broke down and I ordered this one with silks. What are they exactly? NPIs? I think they're NPIs. Yep, they're NPIs. And I haven't really done that before, but it came with this really cool ruler for measuring your floss out. And so pretty much everything I need is right here in the kit. So I do plan to get that one started. And I've got that one in a bag that I got from Jess from Como Stitches, which I think is so cool. It's threads, flosses, needles, all the things. So every Friday night she has a sale, and you can jump on there. She also has started a new Patreon if you guys want to have discount codes, or if you want an opportunity to purchase some things that she's not putting up in her shop. Her Patreon is not very expensive, you guys, so you could maybe show support to her. If you like her bags, and I do, you could jump on over to Patreon and possibly join her for, and Patreon is really easy to let you in and out of the contract. So if you do it for a month or 2 and decide it's not really for you, you can just cancel and get right back out. So then the last one is finally something fall. I've been seeing this one for a while and I finally ordered it. It's called As the Crow Flies Pin Keep. That's by Stacy Nash. And I got that one all kitted. No, I lied. I don't have the fabric chosen yet for that one, but I've got that one in a beautiful bag that came from, from Emily Michelle. I'd rather be cross-stitching. Amen, sister. But that one's got like a box bottom to it, which is really cool, and then a top zip. So this one will hold way more than what I've got in here, but this was just the closest fall bag that I could find. Those are really my only two plans. And then, oof, I have some haul. Maybe before I go into haul, I'm gonna go over some stitchy kindness, guys. So first of all, I had sent Nicole Spohr a skein of silk that she could not get hold of. She wanted to stitch, it was a new market release that was done in flamingo, and it just wasn't available anywhere. What was that one called? A vintage rose or something like that. And I had purchased two of them, and I was able to get mine done with one skein, so I was able to send her a second. And if you know Nicole, she is a card maker by trade, and she sent me the most beautiful card, you guys. Just such a gorgeous thank you card. So that was one, and then also just a lovely little message inside. And then tomorrow is my birthday. At some point, we don't really like having a birthday anymore. I'm approaching, and maybe I'm past that. I might be past that. But anyway, my dear friend Beth, the Red Cross Stitcher, sent me, I just opened it this morning, but this incredible package. And I figured that, I'm assuming, she didn't tell me, but I'm assuming she made this. Look at this project bag, you guys. I'm thinking that's French General, that fabric is French General. Oh, it's gorgeous. She is just such a consummate sewist. And it's done in my favorites, pinks. I think about the only color pink I don't love is like neon, like super bright neon. Otherwise, I love pink. And then inside, she had given me just a beautiful card, just a little thinking of you card for my birthday. She gave me a little fabric ruler. I use these things all the time. I keep one in my purse, and I actually pulled it out last week, and it's starting to look a little ratty. So this will be a perfect replacement for the one that's in my purse. She sent me also a wonderful ruler for cutting my floss. So what I tend to do, and I've started cutting my floss shorter because so often it was fraying and tearing on me, like it would just dissolve. Like I'd be pulling it through and all of a sudden it'd be loose because it had dissolved on me. So I started cutting my floss shorter. So I would go all the way around once and then cut, and actually I would probably loop it around and then cut it in the middle to make it easier. But this is gonna be wonderful. Let's go in my stitchy bag. She also sent me some wonderful Peacemaker needles, size 28. We can't have enough of those either, right? Oh, my dog. Oh, I'm so sorry, you guys. No, Finley, you can't play with that right now. I'm almost done. No, Finley, no. I know. Sorry, baby. And then also inside there was just a little bag for all of my floss, all of my little goodies to go inside my project bag. Thank you, Beth. She is just the sweetest, kindest, dearest friend. And I would not know her if it was not for Flosstube and cross stitch. I wouldn't know her. I'm so grateful and thankful to all the incredible friends that I've made through this incredible, fun, wonderful hobby that we have. I feel very blessed. Then the last thing that she gave me is a daily devotional and a journal. I've never journaled before. Time to start. So I'm super excited to start these. So Beth, you are just the best. Love you to pieces, girl. Okay, and then, what is this one? I don't even remember, it's been so long. Oh, this was just a freebie that I got with a purchase that I made. It's just a little scissors keep. Isn't that sweet? And it does snap open and closed if you want, but it holds your scissors. And I haven't been able to put that into my stuff yet because I just wanted to save it. But it was just a wonderful card that I was sent as a thank you for a purchase. Isn't that amazing? And I wish I could remember who. Okay, then I purchased a few patterns. And let's go through those first. I went a little crazy over the last month, guys. So I was watching Instagram Half Pone Creek Stitchers. Do you guys follow them? Oh, I love their posts. Her pictures are always amazing. They look stunning, beautiful, Victorian vintage-ish, just my style. And she had posted a picture of this along with a story that of her stitching this. And it really touched my heart, and I immediately had to find out where to get that one from. And you have to go, this is from Heartstring Samplery, and you have to go to their website, and I ordered a PDF. So I want to get that one kitted up fairly soon too. I really, really love that one. And then I was also watching somebody else, and they had done, or they had for sale, this cross stitch book or pattern. It's called Common Ground. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of it. But I really liked that too, a ton. And the words on this one read, "We share with all who stitched before and those who follow after, birds and flowers, peaceful hours, sunshine, tears, and laughter." Isn't that cool? So I bought that one. Then I bought the Prairie Schooler 4 Seasons. I have yet to stitch a Prairie Schooler, and yet I have a ton of them. But I have yet to stitch one, but I really like those. Really like those. And then off of the B-Stash site, I had picked up a kit from Heartstring Samplery. It's called Flag Day at Twin Gables. And it has all the stuff. It has the fabric. There we go. I think we can see it there. It's just a house with a road leading up to it. The bushes have flags on them. It says every day is Flag Day. I purchased, I can't remember who I was out watching anymore, you guys. I really should write it down at the time, but I don't always have like pen and paper handy. This one's called One Nation Under God by Twin Peaks Primitive. Oh, and I thought this was gorgeous. Also, how many big patriotic stitches can I do? I really, really like that one. And then I purchased, because I was watching The Attic, I remembered this one. I was watching The Attic Flosstube video, and they were talking about how they were kitting out Goodness and Mercy by Teresa Kogut. And I'm a Patreon member, so I get a discount if I order it from her shop. And I have looked at it before, and I just finally broke down and got it. Really, really like it. And then I found this one on the Stash site. I have these little sleds, and I wanted to do the birds, the cardinal. I thought those were really cute, and I didn't have this one. I've got several other sled ones, but I did not have this one. I found this one by Hands on Design called Where Liberty Dwells. Really love that drum. But the little pillow is really cute too. And I looked at some of these for quite a while before I broke down, you guys. I don't just like buy everything. Seems like it. I actually leave them in my cart sometimes for two to 3 weeks, sometimes a month before I break down. This one is by Artful Offerings called God Bless America, Land That I Love. I think it's huge. So cool. Oh, so cool. That one might have to get kitted up. So cool. And then this little one, Little House Needleworks Americana Petites. I thought I could find a place to tuck those in somewhere. And I told you that I had the other 2 of these and that Liberty was going to end up in my stash also. Yes, Liberty is now in my stash. And I think these might get stitched before next year, before we celebrate again. Okay, then I found this one by Heartstring Samplery called A Token for My Friend. I thought that would just make a really pretty little small. I want to make that for all my friends. I wonder how long that will take me to stitch. That one's going to stay out. And I found this one, when I was at Welcome Stitcher, I found the most beautiful red fabric, and I don't do colored fabric very quick. But I had seen this, and that's by Lucy Beam. Sorry if it's glaring, if the... And I just thought that would be so pretty on there. Then I also picked up And Blossoms the Rose by Blackbird Design. And it's a book, and it's got lots of beautiful, I think I was in love with that. This is kind of like what Half Pone Creek Stitchers do, this kind of a look. Roses, ivories, soft greens, soft pinks, love it. So anyway, that one just really captured my attention. Okay, then I went a little bit nuts on fabric. I can't resist fabric either, and it's not like I don't have enough. But so often I don't have that one that they're advertising, and it always feels like if I don't get it now, I won't get it. So Color and Cotton did a pre-order, and they were just doing a couple of different colors, and they were offering it in like a pale, let's see, what is it called? A pale, a soft, and a medium or a dark, something like that. And so I ordered what's called bronze, and I got it in the pale. This top one is in the pale, and the one underneath it is in the soft. And I was noticing that I had a lack of kind of ivory-based colors in my 40 count. And that's pretty much what I buy. Everything is 40 count. I don't even really like stitching on 36, occasionally, but I don't tend to stock up on 36. If I need 36, I think I would just go buy it. So anyway, I bought both of those by Color and Cotton. That was a pre-order. And that one came this week. And then I got some Flannel Flower by Fox and Rabbit. This one was out of print for quite a while, or out of stock for quite a while. But I love this fabric too. Love, love. And unless I tell you different, these are all 40 count, okay? This one's called Antique Lace by Seraphim. This is by Lindy Stitches. And I feel like my friend Leanne from Loose Thread Stitcher said, whenever you find antique lace, buy it. And she said they all look a little different. So you'll never get kind of the same look when you buy it. But this is a beautiful color. But it doesn't look like what I would think of as antique lace. It looks a little darker to me. So I am curious if I find it again in the wild somewhere, what that one might look like. And then I found some Prairie Grass by, who is this one by? It's gotta say it on here. Seraphim. Prairie Grass by Seraphim. This one's a little darker. I think this is so pretty too. And from Hollis Hand Creates, I found some Wabi Sabi, by Wabi Sabi, some soda bread. And this was dark. I've never tried this before. It was a little darker than I thought it was, but I still love it. It's still just a very neutral, between a tan and a ivory color. It's beautiful. And I wanted to try it because I knew I hadn't done it before. Sorry, my phone is just making all kinds of noise, guys. And I don't know how to edit that out. Okay, the rest of my fabrics are from Rachel from Linen and Flax, and she always marks her bags, so I can't take them completely out of the bag ahead of time. So pardon the crinkles. But this first one is called Indora. This was a pre-order that she offered, I think, on Instagram. And I just got that one this week. I think that could be really pretty in a lot of different things. I'm sure she was thinking Halloween, but I don't really stitch Halloween, you guys. I know that everybody kind of is going crazy right now for Halloween, and I just don't. Not because I think it's necessarily wrong to decorate that way. It's just not something I care for. So I've never decorated my house for Halloween, and I don't anticipate that I'll start. So I'm just not interested in doing a lot of the Halloween stitches. Okay, so that was in Dora. And then I bought some Hemingway. She had on her website a couple of times over the last month. I'm not sure why I hopped on her website, but she had smaller sizes available. Usually you have to buy a whole yard of a color, but like I was able to get a fat quarter of Hemingway. I love stitching on her fabric. I love it. So that's her Hemingway. And I'm sorry, like I said, I have to put these all back in the bags until I can get them marked myself. Got my work cut out for me ahead of time. This one is one I've been curious about. It's called Mackinac Fudge. I was afraid it was going to be super dark. And it is dark, but it's pretty. It's not over the top. Very, very pretty. The other one I'm really curious about for her is Sleeping Bear. I haven't gotten that one. I think I was just able to get some Dolly Madison, and I've been itching to see what that looks like too. Okay, and then the last one that I got from her is Thornfield. Everybody goes crazy about Thornfield, and I've never had it. So I bought a big piece of Thornfield. I was able to get a half of that. Pretty, isn't that pretty? Okay, that's my fabrics, and I am sorry, I feel a little guilty over all my fabrics, but I have a hard time resisting them. But I'm busting already out of my storage, so I might have to lock it down. That might be a good September goal. No new fabric in September. Yep. Maybe we'll even extend it to October, but ooh, it's gonna be hard enough just to make it through September. So, no new fabric in September. I have enough for the rest of the year. I have enough for the rest of the next 5 years. 10 years? I have a lot. Okay, then I also belong to the Heartland Quilting's Lady Dot Creates Trim Club. Took me a minute to come up with that one. And so they send you a packet every month that has a colorway, and it's got the chenille, it's got the pom-poms, and some rickrack, kind of all in the same colors. This one, really bright. For somebody who doesn't really do Halloween, really bright. But I wondered what that would look like if I threw that in some coffee or tea dye, or if I just tried to do a Rit dye bath with like some caramel or tan or brown or something in it, just to take the edge off, because that's bright. If I don't do that, I might end up doing that as a giveaway, because that is not in my wheelhouse, not in my house, but it's fun. It's just fun. So I'm not totally sure what I'm going to do with that one yet. I have liked the other ones I've gotten from her, and I'm sure some people are going to love this because, like I said, Halloween, right? Okay. Then I went to a new fabric store. It was in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, which is about an hour from me. I make it up there maybe once a month. It was called Jacqueline Joyce is the name of her stitching studio. And so many pretty fabrics, so many. She had some Tilda. And so I bought some fat eighths in Tilda. Aren't they scrumptious and yummy? I thought those would be so pretty for backings. I don't know how many big, you want to go out, don't you? Maybe we'll have to pause. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take my poor dog out. I'll be right back. Okay, where was I? I picked up a couple of bags. This one was off of the unloading site by Eileen Marquez. And I don't have very many that just have a Velcro flat, but I do like them, and this one's like extra tall. So I thought that was beautiful. And then red velvet quilts. Carrie had advertised a while back that she had made some project bags, and she has a long arm quilter. She is a long arm quilter, and she had made some project bags, and they sold like that. So she asked if anybody was interested in a waiting list, and I said yes. So when she got ready, she sent me an email, and I got mine the other day in the mail. Look at how beautiful the quilting is on that. Isn't that so pretty? Wish I could do that. Wish I could do that. And it comes with this gorgeous charm and the fabric tie. Oh, I'm super excited to use that one on something. And then my last thing for haul is I bought a really cute little patriotic floss drop charm. Is that what we call them? I thought it was really cute. Stars, stripes, little flag. I thought that was really pretty. So that's gonna go in my patriotic bag. And that's it. I think I'm through everything. Hopefully it was a little shorter than normal. I do have something to talk about though. The people that won on my last video did not claim anything, either one of them. And so I'm gonna give them one more chance because I did this once before. I jumped the gun. The person had actually been trying to reach me, and I think all of hers had gone to either my junk email or something. We finally did connect. But by then I had re-gifted the item, so I gave her something different, but I just don't want that to happen again. So I'm gonna find the names of the 2 winners from last time, and I'm gonna include those here again. And then as I was going through my stuff, oh, I have one more thing to talk about. I was watching the ShadyGroveStitcher, Emily, and she was talking on her last video about how she is digitizing all of her patterns. And she is just using something that is built into an iPad, which is called Files. And I've been using Files to store my PDFs and stuff, but she is starting to scan in images of all of her patterns and storing everything under that. I have used Files, and then used with it in conjunction with that, I've used GoodNotes. But really, you don't even need GoodNotes. You don't have to pay a subscription anywhere. You can simply just do all your marking and everything right in the Files program. You can make yourself a working copy and then keep the original so that that one's still clean, but then you can make a working copy in case people want to know what changes you made, that kind of thing. So I really encourage you to go check out Emily. I'm going to link her last video on the end of this. I wish I could show you what it looks like. So, so on an iPad, iPhone, you have a folder called Files. And in Files, you would just create, so I have one called Cross Stitch. And then within Cross Stitch, I have all of my different designers listed. And then you can still name your pattern anything you want, and there's a search bar at the top. So if you can't quite remember the designer's name, you can do a search by the pattern, or if all you can remember is the designer's name, you can go there. If you go into one of these, you can also still separate things. So my Teresa Kogut file is very full because she sends out 3 or 4 patterns every single month. Let me get to Teresa. Where are you, Teresa? Some days. There it is. So within Teresa Kogut, I have all of the patterns saved, but then I also have a file within Teresa called Christmas. And because I'm doing her Hometown Sal, I've got all the files for Hometown under Hometown. So it is just really pretty user-friendly. I've also found recently that if you are in here, if you're in your Files program and you want to add a pattern to it, if you click those 3 buttons right there, oh, can't do it backwards. Your options are scan document. So you can scan it right in from that button right there. And it'll keep snapping. If you have it on auto, it'll keep snapping pictures. And you can go in and select the ones you want, don't want, and then save it. And it will save it then to whatever file you want. Super easy, super user-friendly. You should have a good camera on either your phone or your iPad though, because it doesn't hurt to go back and look at your files that you've scanned in to make sure that they're really legible. Maybe do it in good light. I turn my flash off when I'm trying to do it because it kept giving me a bright spot on all of my pictures. So I turn my flash off when I use it. What else can I tell you? I don't know, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out either to me or for sure to Emily, because she has a background in IT and in software. She can probably explain it so much better than I can. So anyway, I just want to encourage you guys to go check that out, because free, who doesn't love free, right? Okay, so when I was going through, so I started scanning some of my stuff in, and I started with my Prairie Schooler folder, and I found both of these two patterns that are the original cards. One is 1984, the other is 1993, and I have duplicates of the cards on both of these. So I would like to do a giveaway with both of these in one giveaway. If anybody is interested, just say Santa. Just say Santa. And if anybody is interested in that for the next time around, let me know. You have to be over 18 because I'll need your actual mailing address, which you have to be over 18 in order for you to provide that with me. Nothing international. I wish I could. The shipping is just brutal. What else am I supposed to say about that? Over 18 and not international. And oh, just send it to my email, which is b.a.blessingstitcher@gmail.com. It's also in my notes on the bottom or off to the side of this video. I usually try to include that on everyone. I'm also b.a.blessingstitcher on Instagram. I would love it if you would follow me either there or here. I had kind of an uptick in numbers this last time on my YouTube videos, so I just wanted to thank everybody who's new. Thank you so much for joining me on this fun journey. It really is a fun journey. I love being able to share what I'm stitching with everyone. I don't really have people close by that do this. I have friends that are sort of close by, but they're still 3-4 hours away. So getting together with them, or just even, we've all said so many times, I wish you lived next door. And I said, if we did live next door to each other, your spouses would never see you because I would make you come over to my house all the time. So anyway, if you guys are interested in either of those two patterns, just put Santa in. I'm gonna rewatch this and try to figure out where I have to insert things. So I'll put the word across the bottom, S-A-N-T-A. And then I'll do a drawing for that on my next video, which I'm hoping, I'm still shooting for 4 weeks, but we'll see where I'm at in 4 weeks. I have a couple of busy weeks coming up. I'm going to Osage to Stitchery Nook next weekend for a retreat, a little stitch in with some friends. And then the week after that, I get to go to the Sing worship conference in Nashville, Tennessee. And Keith and Kristen Getty are one of the musical groups there. Are they the main one? I don't know enough about it. But then also I get to listen to speakers like Pastor John, Dr. John Piper. I don't even know. I don't have the agenda. I haven't really looked at it yet, but I'm excited to go to that. So that'll be in a couple of weeks. So my stitching time may be a little bit reduced. When you go to a stitching little retreat, you don't always sit and stitch the entire time, but it's only a small group of us, so I think maybe there will be some additional stitching done this time. One of the things, when I was first talking about what's all happened in my life, I can maybe go into some of it now. I had just everything break on me. We had a derecho come through with 125-mile-per-hour winds. I found myself trying to catch and hold my patio screens as they were lifting. Probably not my brightest moment, no. As a matter of fact, I heard this strange screeching and I thought it was the sirens for tornadoes or, you know, or that type of a signal. And then about 30 seconds later, I heard the actual sirens go, and I went, oh, that's the wind. Never heard the wind do that before. It was really creepy. So all the screens for my patio blew out. My washer and dryer quit. My air conditioner quit. My dog got injured. My car broke. And I was counting it with friends the other day, and I think we could figure that we hit 9. Like if we counted the washer and the dryer, and I had to take the dog in twice. I think we made it to 9. But anyway, it was just kind of a crazy month. So I'm hoping to put that one in the rearview mirror, and that we can look forward to a better week this week. So I'm gonna find the names of the 2 winners from last time, and I'm gonna put those back up here, and then I'll do my blessing moment. Okay, the previous winners that did not claim my last giveaway, the first one was for these designs by Hands On Design. One was for harvest and one was for summertime. And the winner of that one was Karen Bowman 6090. I might try to throw that up in here because that's kind of got a glare going. And then the second one, let's see if she's right next door to that one. Yes, the second winner was at Stitcher Baker, and she won the unicorn pattern by counting puddles along with the fabric that went with that. And again, Stitcher Baker was the winner of that one. And again, I'll put a picture of the comment and the winner up in front of each one of these. So if you guys would get in touch with me, I would dearly love to be able to send these to you, but I need your address. If you have tried to reach me, please comment on this video and let me know that you've been unable to reach me. I've been faithfully checking all my junk mail, emails, and I'm just not seeing anything. Probably the easiest way to get hold of me is going to be by Instagram under the instant messaging there under b.a.blessingstitcher. If you look for me there, you can message me there as well. So that would be wonderful if you guys could get in touch with me. Otherwise, I will end up having to put them back into the bin for the next time. And then I always like, again, to leave us with something that's reflective, something that's uplifting. I call it my blessing moment. So give me just a second to find that, and I'll be right back. As usual, I forgot a couple of things. I forgot to even look at my notes. Why do I bother? I had a giveaway last time that I completely forgot to choose somebody for. It was for all of these Let's Go Ride a Bike series that was gifted to me by my good friend Renee. And I gave this away in celebration of my 2-year anniversary. And the winner of this, I can't pronounce it, it's at Christina Simonillo. Christina, if that is you, would you please drop me an email with your name and with your address and information. My email address is on the notes to this video. If you could just let me know. You can also reach me, excuse me, on Instagram. You can send me a message there as well with your address, and I would be happy to drop those into the mail for you. Then I also forgot to talk to you guys about my Patreon page. I created a Patreon page months ago because I had charted a little pattern and I wanted to share it for free. And the best way I could think of doing that was for creating a safe PDF was putting it on Patreon. And then I got a notice about a month ago that due to inactivity, they were going to close it. And it doesn't look like any fun to have to try to reopen another one. So I had to make a post to Patreon. I've only got a few people that have subscribed. It's free to subscribe to my Patreon page. But in case you were wondering, because the post was probably an old post, it was a duplicate, but I had to post something to keep my account active. So if anybody had any questions on that, I just wanted to explain what was going on there. And let you know that I really don't have any intention of growing that Patreon channel, but I will use it occasionally if I ever get another wild hair and want to chart something again. I just didn't want to have to start over. So I may occasionally throw a post on there. And if you are a member, you're going to see kind of an old post from me. If you want to go ahead and like it, that would be amazing, just to keep me in the game. That's all it's for. And then I completely also forgot to talk to you about the members in our community that are really suffering with issues right now, with illness. Thinking of Lenny of Sable Stitchers. She's undergoing treatment right now. Praying for you, Lenny, that you're tolerating the treatments really well, and that you're going to be over this hump soon. Praying for Priscilla also from Stitching with the Housewives. Priscilla also has had some favorable reports, but praying for you too as you go through treatment, Priscilla. And also Callie from Floss Boss and Cousins. Callie, you are in our constant thoughts and prayers, sending you much love, girl. Hoping that you are back to your old self very soon. We miss you, we love you. And the last one was Molly from Linen and Scraps. I'm not sure where Molly is on her journey, but I know she's fought cancer as well. So please keep all of these guys in your prayers and your thoughts, and just keep lifting them up, guys, okay? I just kind of forgot this, thought I better tack it on in the end before I upload this. So this is very, as I said in the beginning, it's a very disconnected, disorganized video, just like me. All right, thanks so much. Take care, everybody. Okay, I think I mentioned last time that I follow Susie Larson on Instagram. I do think I follow her on Facebook as well. She's just a Christian author, speaker. She's written several devotional books. She's been through trauma, of course, in her life too, which I think always makes her relatable. But I always like to pull from hers. They always speak to my heart, and I hope they speak to yours as well. So this one is from Philippians 1 verse 6. And I am certain that God, who began the good work within you, will continue his work until it is finally finished on the day when Christ Jesus returns. And her words, today's blessing, this was in July, early July. May you give God time and space to speak to you this weekend. May you sense his invitation to know him more deeply, love him more fully, and trust him wholeheartedly. He has a next place of promise for you. He wants to heal your soul, make you whole, and refresh you in ways that surprise you. Will you trust him? May you respond to his invitation with joy and expectancy. He's made you in his image and intends to finish what he started in you. Trust him with your story. The world needs your influence. Have a great day. I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful month of stitching, and we will all catch up the next time, okay? Thank you so much. Bye-bye.